YouTube? This is Real Wrestling, episode 26. My name is Diakis. We're short two people. The real X-Dog is under the weather, and AYT thought the
Atlanta Swallows were more important.
He's watching the basketball game.
The Atlanta Swallows.
My name is Diakis.
This is the concept.
Whitey.
Go ahead.
All right, let's go ahead and get this started. What y'all want to talk about first?
Hell in a Cell?
Hell in a Cell,
Yeah,
I guess. And
do that
some of the lead up, which isn't much, because we only knew the lead up to 3 of the matches that night, and that's really all. Because the tag team match stuff we didn't know about unless you had, unless you paid $9.99 a month or $60 up front.
Since the first match on the card was Cesaro and Dolph Ziggler,
Yeah.
let's talk about how that happened.
All right.
Yeah,
Okay, Cesaro won a battle royal to get the shot,
Yeah.
and they had the match the same night, and the referee blew the call.
yeah.
Yeah.
Wasn't they had the rope? Cesaro had the rope,
Yeah.
and they
Yep.
counted down anyway. Okay, so this happened like a month before this match, and what Cesaro did during this time was watch Dolph Ziggler matches on commentary while Dolph Ziggler lost to all these different people.
Yep, I remember that.
Yep.
And I'm like, why the hell is Dolph Ziggler losing to all these people and he's the Intercontinental Champion?
Exactly.
Because he's wearing the burial
And
belt.
these guys who beat him don't even want the belt.
Nope.
No.
I mean, back in the day, if you beat the champion, you want to be the champion.
Yeah.
Like, man, Orton didn't give a damn about that title. Rusev kept moving along. Seth Rollins missed the Money in the Bank, so he's understandable. He doesn't care. He got a golden ticket already.
Mm-hmm.
And then the person who beat him last was Cesaro. That would led into the match on SmackDown actually.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Which finally Ziggler beat Cesaro. Of course, Cesaro would be the only one who can't win. Go
In
ahead.
fairness to Orton, he's going to be in the #1 contender match, so he don't give a damn about the Intercontinental belt either.
He didn't know that at the time.
Yeah, none of us knew.
At that time,
Yeah.
he beat Dolph. He didn't know that Dean and John Cena was even going to have their match.
Good point, but
Mhm.
still, he's the face of the WWE.
Yeah, he's the face. I guess
he's
he's gotta be
above the
above that.
Intercontinental. Anyway.
So it led to the 2 out of 3 fall match because Dolph Ziggler finally got a win again when he beat Cesaro on SmackDown.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which don't make no sense to me because why should Cesaro get a rematch at the pay per view
Yeah.
if you lost the
if he
title
lost,
match?
Yeah.
Well, they got to fill in space, and I think they knew that it was going to be a good match because Cesaro and Dolph are really good
I
together.
mean, 2 out of 3 falls.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Okay, let's get to the match then. Okay, you put these 2 good workers and you give them 2 out of 3 falls. They didn't give them no time at all. They gave them 12 fucking minutes.
Yep.
Yeah.
And the fact that Dolph clean sweep Cesaro didn't help matters either.
Like, it didn't even make Cesaro look strong to me because he did all them moves and Ziggler kicked out of everything.
Yeah.
He did.
Everything.
So it made the reason it made Cesaro look weak to me because Dolph just lost for like a month straight. like Cesaro would have came off looking alright if he would have went into the match against a man who haven't been beaten and put on this fight. I can see if Ziggler kicking out all this stuff after running through everybody. Everybody ran through Ziggler, and Cesaro can't even beat Ziggler. Like, it just makes him seem weak.
Or at least give Cesaro 1 pinfall or 1 point in the match just
Yeah.
so you can have the 2-1 instead of getting clean
It
sweep.
should have been 20 minutes, too. I mean, you don't give 2 people like that 12 minutes. And the longest match was Cena and Orton, and that's because it was slow at the beginning.
Yeah.
That's the only
Okay, what Cena Orton match isn't slow?
You could have took some time from, let's see, the tag team match. You could have took a little bit of time from that, a little bit of time from the Bella match, and shaved off a couple of minutes from the Cena and threw that on to the Cesaro match.
To me, the only match besides the Cena match that time should have been cut off with Sheamus and Miz.
Yeah, how much time did they get?
I felt like the post match was
You
longer
said
than the
Sheamus and
match.
Miz?
Sheamus and Miz.
8 minutes and 18 seconds.
That was too
The
long.
post match
That
felt
was a
long.
5-minute match.
The post match felt longer than the match.
Mizdow had me in tears.
Yeah, that
Okay,
was
yeah.
funny.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Mizdow
saying. The
had me
post
in
match
tears
felt
the
longer
entire-
because
the
I was
entire
actually
time.
entertained by it.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's bad when the only thing you care about is the guy in the background who is just looks like he's pretending to get his ass kicked.
That shit
in the
had me in
background.
tears.
I
but,
think Goham unintentionally created a formula. We can name the match off the pay-per-view and talk about the build-up to it. that makes a lot of sense. So let's go to the second match
Yeah,
and
I
talk
like that.
about the build up to it.
I like it.
What build up to the next match?
Do we have to talk about this match? I don't
Who
want
was it?
to.
I can't remember. Oh yeah, y'all went on that match. It was the Bella Twins
yes.
match. Yeah, okay. We don't have to talk about that match because we
hold
knew
on,
the
hold
build.
on.
Oh,
I'm gonna tell you why we need to talk about this.
Okay. I want to hear this.
This was a surprisingly good
Yeah, it
match.
was.
I agree.
for
I can
these
agree
two.
with that.
Yeah,
I can
it
agree
was.
with that.
And you know one part which Nikki ended up fucking up later on in the match when Brie Bella. Well, first of all, let's go to the formula. Let's talk about the build up.
Yeah, let's talk about
Then
the
I get to that point.
All right, cool.
The build up sucked.
Yeah.
Let's just go from there.
Yeah.
Well,
The
it's
build
a
up did
typical-
suck because it came out of nowhere. Like I understand they had to have a one-on-one match after the whole thing that happened at what pay-per-view
Night
that
of
was?
Champions.
Not Night of Champions, the one before that, SummerSlam. After that, yes, I understand they did have to have a one-on-one match. But there was no point of putting Nikki in that championship match at Night of Champions. They should have had that match there. And then they could have followed that match up with the match they had at this pay-per-view, and we don't have to see it next month.
Logically, Nikki got in Night of Champions as a reward for helping Steph at SummerSlam.
Okay, yeah.
So, I mean, that
Yeah.
technically, I mean, logically speaking, that kind of made sense that she being inserted in there is her reward for helping Steph.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, you just swayed me on that one.
One point I want to make is like, it's like this build up whatever doesn't follow the normal formula.
Yeah.
Because Nikki Bella on like I think 2 occasions beat Brie clean. Am I right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why the hell is he gonna win the pay-per-view? What the fuck is that?
Because this is the blow-off.
And then they had the little thing where they had Brie pin Nikki, then they had Nikki pin Brie.
Yeah.
I felt they shouldn't even touch each other until this match.
Exactly.
They shouldn't even touch each other to this match.
WWE gives away too much
Yeah,
they
pay-per-view
do.
matches on
Yeah.
Raw.
Ambrose made that point.
Ambrose.
And now let's get to the match. The match was actually pretty decent.
Yeah.
It was short.
They had them both kick out of
Well, it was
finisher.
long for
No,
a
it was
season,
actually
man.
pretty good. It was 6 minutes.
Yeah,
Good
6
minutes.
minutes. And some
Yeah.
change.
6:21.
But like what I was getting into is one thing that I love that Nikki did that she ended up fucking up is that when Brie botched that dive, she landed on Nikki's shin that Nikki had injured. And Nikki sold that. I was shocked to see Nikki actually sell that. Because that was a story right there, like, oh, Nikki favoring the shin that she had already injured. Nikki, like, I bet you, like, it was a good job that she did that, but she fucked up laying the mat because she stopped selling it.
Yes.
As the match kept going, she did not favor that leg anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Okay.
let me say one more thing before you make your point. This is what fucked up the entire match for me.
Okay.
They let Nikki beat Brie clean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna
That
say,
make no
Nikki
fucking sense.
has been taking selling lessons from her boyfriend because John Cena, he'll sell the injury for 3/4 of the match, but by the last fourth of the match, he's like, "Oh yeah, I'm not injured anymore. Shoulder, spinning powerbomb,
That was
5 knuckle shuffle."
good.
And
She had a Cena.
she's learned a lot from Cena because Cena does the same thing.
We
So
should commend them for helping them out, though.
And,
That was a great
and you know
match.
what? Here's
Good
one.
job.
Hey, here's one more good spot, and it's something that I always said. The Bella Twins can't throw a drop kick to say they like. Brie Bella did a perfect missile drop kick at that pay-per-view, and I was shocked when I seen it.
yet
Yes, that's what
again,
happened.
Brie is learning.
All right.
Like, the
Deep
bells-
breath. Deep breath.
bells
Yeah.
are learning.
There we go.
Then they had Nikki Nikki kick out a Brie finisher, then Brie kick out of Nikki.
Yeah.
Then they had Nikki just knock out with that forearm
Yeah.
that knocked out what's the name that led to the finish.
Yeah.
I had a problem with Nikki being Brie clean because that just made Brie just look even weaker than she already was looking.
Yeah.
But doesn't that also further prove that Nikki, so it's like, I don't need you anymore. I'm better than you anyway. So, I mean, I continue that.
I just don't see what the purpose of a rematch would do now because
I don't.
when I look at it, you can't beat Nikki.
I know, but
Now
That's how
Brie
I
is
look at
Nikki's
it.
bitch for a
but they're
month.
gonna,
Yes,
but
she's
we,
a bitch
we,
now.
I know we don't see a point, but they're gonna have it. It's
Yeah, they're gonna
happen.
have
it. It's gonna happen.
It's gonna
Yeah.
happen. Where you like that?
Yeah.
It's gonna happen.
It's gonna
You can
happen.
kick and scream
I
all
mean,
you want,
there
but
wasn't
it's
no
gonna happen.
distraction that led to Nikki getting it that made Brie.
There was no
want
eye
for a
gouging.
rematch. There was nothing.
Yeah.
There
Nothing
was
evil.
just one.
No hair
There
pull.
was one knockout shot, and then the
Well,
racket
there was
tag
actually
team.
hair pulling. Y'all were gone though. She was yanking.
I'm talking about
hair for,
leading to the finish.
Yeah, that
Oh,
led
yeah.
to the
There-
finish.
there was
I'm
no-
talking about leading.
so
They
what-
should beat her clean.
So
didn't
there
like
was
that.
no heel chicanery at all?
There was with like I said
Well,
with the hair pulling. She
yeah,
was doing
stuff
that
like
mid
that.
but it
But
had
I
nothing
want,
to do
you know, if this is gonna be a heel, you know,
Yeah.
heel stuff.
Yeah.
This year, just a badass heel.
That's what I'm saying. Like, so there was like no heel, like I said, chicanery leading in the
Pretty
finish.
much.
No, not in the finish. No.
But
Okay.
all in all, I actually enjoyed the match.
Yeah.
All right.
Because I was shocked. Like, think about me. I actually try and get into these stories so I could be somewhat entertained. Because if I just look at it as, like, how we normally look at this stuff, I'd be bored out of my mind from a Bella match.
I'm like, let's
A
make twin
Bella-
fight. Woohoo!
A Bella storyline, period. Like, it was just bored
But
to
yeah,
tears. I actually get into it.
Most
Yeah.
Bella
Yeah.
storylines just scream total divas.
But it was nice to see Daniel Bryan and John Cena's work in action. And that's why he was your pro Miz. But anyway.
Whoa. Jeez. Goldust and Stardust
versus the Usos.
All right.
This is slowly.
We would talk about the build up to this, but
There is none.
only the two people that watch it, that have access to main event on a consistent basis can tell about the build up because I haven't seen shit
What
from
build
it.
up?
Okay, let's take away the build up from main event. Let's just focus on Raw. We got a 6-man tag match with Sheamus and the Miz in it. That lasted what, a good 3 weeks.
Yeah.
We had the fourth week they put John Cena and Ambrose in it.
Yeah.
And
And
then-
they won.
And then they did the stuff on main event. And then they had the match. Like, why would I give a fuck about the match?
Yeah,
Y'all
there
done
was
gave it to
no-
me 4 times
Yeah,
already.
there was
Yeah.
no build up, and there was no build up outside of main event. They weren't on SmackDown building it. They weren't on Raw building it. Just main event, and that's why I can't tell you shit about it. I can just tell you about the match.
But they did have a reason for having the match because the Usos was owed a title
Yeah,
match. That's the only reason I think they even
That's
had
about
the
the
match.
only reason.
Only-
Because other than that, they've had their defense.
I'll say this about the Usos and the Rhodes brothers, whether you want to call it Cody or Stardust. How many matches they had together this year? Because they've had a shitload of matches.
Yeah, you're
Like
right.
They're-
7, I
They're,
think. 7.
I mean, don't get me wrong. They've been good matches, but
yeah, we've seen it.
we need. There needs to be a couple. There needs to be some new tag teams. I still think the Wyatt should have got a tag run. Heck, I would have even settled for Ryback Baxel getting one before the big guy got injured.
Actually, yeah, they faced each other about 6 times in the last 3 months. Yeah.
I mean, usually they're the opening match.
Yeah.
The Usos, they the standard bearer for pay-per-views.
Yeah, because then I remember when they started the feud, they were doing it on Raw. They faced each other twice then, and then they faced each other 4 more times. That's 6 times in like 3 months.
That's pretty ridiculous.
Yeah, I forgot about the times that they faced each other before they even fought at Night of Champions.
And
That's
and
just-
before he was even Stardust.
That's just 2 on 2. You can't.
Wait a second, they did have a rematch on Raw, didn't they?
Yeah,
Right
they-
after the pay-per-view.
Yeah, because that's what's
They
firmly.
Yes.
Yeah, because
No,
that
that
was
was-
what firmly cemented the
mean
Dust
this
Brothers
Raw?
as heels.
This Raw, no. Big
No.
Show and Mark Henry faced them. The Raw.
Not this Raw. I'm talking
talking
about
about
the one
Night
right after.
Yeah, you're right. They
the
did.
Because
previous
that's
pay-per-view.
because
Yeah.
that's
Alright,
what
7
solidified
times,
them.
7
At
times.
because that's
Yeah.
what solidified the
Yeah,
Dust
as
Brothers
heels.
as heels.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that means they faced each other 7 times.
Well, you know, the
Jeez.
Hell in a Cell in all was not built up right. Most of these matches was just threw on there.
Yeah.
The only ones that they truly built up were the Hell in the Cell matches.
And
Yeah.
the AJ and
What's
Paige
it-
shit just carries over. So
Yeah, pretty
Yeah.
much.
they
But-
gonna be on pay.
Yeah, that's a lot of matches.
Bitches be
That's
crazy.
not even counting the match, the 6-on-6, the 3-on-3 tag match they've had.
Yeah.
If you count those, they face each other at least 13 times
Are
in
you
the last 3 months.
Are we sure Teddy Long doesn't work for WWE anymore?
He doesn't.
He
but
does.
Are you sure? I mean, the booking says
No, I
otherwise.
told you, like I said on that comment I left on the group, tag team, from what I've seen from SmackDown, which is carried over to Raw, tag team matches show a lack of care for that show. And SmackDown has tag team matches.
Lazy
Now,
writing.
now Raw has them. So by going through the associated property, they don't care about SmackDown, so they have tag team matches. They've stopped caring about Raw, so they have tag team matches.
yep.
So-
Hey, but they care about NXT, so that's all that matters.
And then
Yeah.
let me say one thing before we move on. It is another problem I had with the. Well, I guess you can call it build-up match. All those matches they did have. Why did the champs constantly lose? What is their formula with the champions
I don't
always
get that.
losing?
I don't
If
get
you
it.
a champion in WWE, that don't mean shit. You're just gonna lose, and they
Yeah.
might let you win at the pay-per-view. And then they move on.
Apparently, you win when it matters.
The only champions who didn't lose was the Usos when they were tag champions.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were
Even though
fire.
they
Other than that, the champions always get pinned.
and it's kind of despicable that they don't defend them. It's a difference when Brock isn't there because he's not there to defend them. When you're there to defend them, defend the damn title. Like
The same thing I was saying with the Dolph Ziggler stuff.
Yeah.
Like all those matches he had should have been title matches.
that's like I said on the comment group. The dog put up a little, that little dog laughing, ha ha. I was like, if Ziggler defended his title as much as they put him in BS matches, he'd be one of the greatest IC champions in history just based off the title defense.
On down to this is now. I mean, how many times did he defend that title in the last month?
4 times because he only defends it on paper.
Best IC title champion ever.
Hey,
He defends it more than the US.
Ever since Bad News Barrett beat Big E and took the Intercontinental Championship, the Intercontinental title been defended every pay-per-view.
Yes, just not on Raw.
Hey, Big E defended on pay-per-view too.
Or main event.
No, he did not defend that at Rumble or TLC.
Okay, well, in fairness to the Rumble kind of takes center stage.
What was the other pay-per-view?
No Way Out.
Elimination Chamber, whatever you want to call it. I don't think he defended that. Big E did not defend that title for a long time. I remember that.
Okay, yeah, you're right. He was staying Intercon champ. Next match,
John Cena versus Randy Orton in the Hayak.
We actually
576.
We actually 2000, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's what.
Hey, I actually listened to somebody today who says he loves John Cena. He loves everything about him. He's even tired of seeing John Cena versus Orton.
Yeah,
Cesaro's
tired of seeing. I mean, when somebody in your own company is tired of seeing it,
what's going on with Cesaro though? There we go.
We can talk about the build-up to this match, which most of it had nothing to do with Orton and Cena. Most of the build-up was the Authority in Cena. Is just Orton is their lackey.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
I still hated how. Okay, so let me get this straight. Cena and Dean fought over who faces Rollins, and the loser gets the #1 contender match. That's bullshit.
Bullshit for real.
Yeah.
But the build up for the John Cena Randy Orton match kind of parallels the Dean Seth match. So,
but let's talk about.
Look at it like this though. I mean, Seth Rollins already has a #1 contendership. He's carrying one around all the fucking time.
Yeah.
So just look at it from that core.
Yeah, but let's talk about the build up though. The build up was the Cena
being Cena.
Yeah,
the authority kind of interfered with his storyline by having Seth Rollins interfere with the Brock Lesnar match he had, and then by association, Dean Ambrose was thrown into the Authority feud. The Authority feud combines with John Cena, which turns into an Ambrose-Cena feud. The Ambrose-Cena feud ends up in a contract on the pole no-holds-barred match. The no-holds-barred match takes Ambrose out of the Cena Authority feud and puts him solely in the Seth Rollins feud, leaving Randy Orton, who is the Authority's lackey, to feud with John Cena, because this came out of the blue, like the ending of what was that faction in TNA? Like the ending of
which faction? They all
the last one that took 9 Aces and Aces. Like the ending of Aces and Aces just came out of the blue that Orton and Cena face each other in a feud that had nothing to do with Cena. And you want to know why? You want to know whose fault this is? Vince McMahon. He signed Brock Lesnar to that horrible contract, and they had to, due to Brock Lesnar being off till December, being off till December, they had to throw Cena into the Authority storyline where he had no place being. What do you got to say, Dion?
Did you explain the plot to a National Lampoon movie? Because that shit was confusing.
No, you forget. In Vince McMahon's eyes, we gotta make sure that young up-and-comer John Cena looks strong.
Damn it!
John Cena has to win. John Cena has to be important in this storyline.
For you people who don't get that, you might have to play it over and over again. But what I said is true. It was a mouthful, but it's true.
It's 100%.
They've interchanged the feud so much that it kind of diluted.
Actually,
it diluted the reason.
It was originally Seth and Dean, and then Seth interjected himself in the title match because he's Money in the Bank champion.
And like I said, by association, that drags Dean into it. And then Cena attacked Dean, who attacked Cena to attack Rollins.
Dean attacked Cena, then Cena attacked Dean.
Then Cena attacked Dean to find out who could attack Rollins.
What it really was is they knew they fucked up because they didn't have a way to have John Cena look strong but keep the title on Brock Lesnar and still keep him looking strong. So they sent Seth Rollins in out there because he got that briefcase.
Yeah.
So that with Brock Lesnar gone now, John Cena's pissed off at Seth Rollins, and Dean Ambrose still pissed off at Seth Rollins.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So now you got Randy Orton like, man, I really ain't got nothing to do. Can I please have the loser? And Triple H was like, okay. And Triple H was like, I can't fuck this up, so I gotta put Dean versus Seth in Hell in the Cell. That's smart. That means I have no choice but to have Randy and Cena. So we have Randy and Cena. Let's make it important though. Let's tell Michael Cole to tell the people that this is the greatest rivalry in WWE history. And let's also make it a #1 contender match so that it will seem important that they each fighting each other.
Yes, and
But we know the real reason is Orton got bored.
Yeah.
They ain't know what to do with Cena.
Yeah.
Let's put them together.
Yes, and let's dress it up to make you forget that Brock Lesnar isn't in the company, and that's the reason why this is happening.
Although part of
Let's
the
dress it up to make it look like no one's a loser here, and that they're both winners because everybody wins nowadays. Everybody gets a trophy.
Although the best part of the build up, was Seth Rollins was curb stomping both of them in the same night, like within 2 minutes of each other.
Yep.
Yeah.
When he was doing the wind up for the curb stomp on Dean, the crowd is booing, boo, boo. He gets curb stomped. And then he kicks Cena in the gut and bounces and starts going off the ropes, and the crowd's going, yes, yes, yes.
And then
Not even 5 seconds later going, yes, yes. And then he hits the curb stomp, and they're like, thank you, Rollins. Thank you, Rollins. Like, Seth Rollins went from being the biggest heel to top face in like 10 seconds because he curb stomped Cena. But then again, I think they were in Chicago, so okay.
Slipknot country.
No, well, Des Moines in Iowa, and
Well, they said Midwest, so
Midwest, so yeah.
And Seth Rollins is
Actually,
from Iowa.
They were in Kansas City. I remember.
Oh yeah, it was Kansas City.
Because Orton was trashing the baseball team to make the crowd not
Well, because remember, this was right when the RKO Vines thing was coming out, and the people were going to turn and face. The fans were going to turn and face because of the RKO Vine video. So of course, Orton had to go for the cheap heat. So, but it's still amazing how the fans, for like 10 seconds, Seth Rollins was like the face of the night.
But what did you have to say on the topic, Diakis?
Oh, nothing.
Oh.
It's no longer relevant.
Oh.
Because because Whitey went on a tangent. It's like him going down I-75. He's supposed to let me off in Atlanta, but he went to Detroit instead.
Nah, more like Nashville.
Nah, you left me in Detroit. I'm like, what?
But
we can agree there was no point of having this match.
Yes,
no, there was no fucking point.
But side note,
get into the match.
But side note to that, nice job, Randy, by shutting the crowd up, by telling them that the Royals wouldn't win, like Cena wouldn't win. Nice job of getting them to listen. That was perfect.
Also, we had to set up Brock Cena 3. Woohoo!
I don't know. I did like the Randy Orton Cena match though. I did like it.
It was actually pretty good.
Yeah, I liked it.
But yeah, now we can talk
slow
about
slow at the beginning though. Very,
yeah, it was slow.
Okay, name a Randy Orton match that didn't slow at the
I'm gonna
beginning.
tell you what pissed me off. Cena took an ass whooping like he always do.
Yeah.
Orton beat his ass most of the match. Cena comes in at the end.
Shoulder.
That one on the shoulder got RKO.
Yeah, that shit was so damn funny.
That shit was out of nowhere.
No.
And Cole
didn't say it.
Yeah,
That pissed me off. That
But he
pissed
said
me
it for
off.
the bro kick.
Nowhere.
Bro kick out of nowhere.
I'm like,
It
bitch.
was something that got me when they were showing the video pack of their past matches. They showed the RKO that he countered out of the AA, and I looked at it, I was like, I don't want to be surprised that happened during the match. That's exactly what happened. Orton went for, Cena went for, Orton counted, and Cena kicked out again, of course.
And a 1.5.
They made that RKO look horrible the whole match. The AA looked pretty bad too, but at least Orton kicked out of that at 2. They just made Orton's RKO seem horrible.
I hated the spot at the end where it looked like Orton was gonna do the RKO through the table while Cena was on top rope. I was like, there's no physical way that could actually work.
Yeah.
Not even on the video games.
I like the way he said, well, it's not gonna work. Let me go for a superplex. Too bad he got AAE.
With a finish we've seen in all 2 minutes.
Yeah.
That match was given too much time too.
Yeah.
Nobody wanted to see Cena versus Orton. Why was that the longest match on the card?
Because it was Cena.
Because
And the
Vince
face.
McMahon.
I like the amount of weapons that were used. We saw 2 tables. we didn't see a kendo stick though. I'm pretty sure.
We almost saw somebody get smashed in the face with a fucking steel steps again.
Steel steps
See,
again.
love throwing steel steps at people.
Yeah, I
man.
know, but he's supposed to be the.
That Bray Wyatt, man.
Yeah, I know.
Woo!
That
That's still funny. To this day, that's still funny.
But Cena won, and it was something we all expected.
Yeah.
Because Orton's heel turn ended the next night. So.
Okay.
Also, yeah, we can't have any fresh matchups of Orton versus Brock. No, we gotta have Brock Cena.
I really hope the guy they don't turn Orton face. It doesn't work.
It already happened.
He's not really face yet. He's still the same character.
He's in limbo right now.
Yes.
Yeah, he's the same. Like that's where he needs to be. He needs to be like in that in between area.
He's great as a tweener.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Anti-hero.
Just RKO the hell out of everybody.
Just keep him as an anti-hero and RKO and everybody.
Yeah, but
and make sure, and damn it, Cole, every time there's an RKO out of nowhere.
Maybe there's gonna be a rivalry between Randy Orton and Rollins.
Oh yeah, that's
happening.
That's happening.
That's
I don't know where.
I don't know.
I
how.
hope it'll be at TLC, which they're gonna get rid of.
That might actually be nice, right though.
Survivor Series could mean a lot there because they could either Orton's gonna turn face and he's gonna be on Cena's team, or Triple H.
I was gonna touch on all that after the whole.
Yeah, okay, we'll talk about
But
that.
let's go to the next match.
It should be Miz.
Sheamus versus Miz with Damien Mizdow.
Set up to the match was basically the same as all the other ones. He didn't want to get hit in the face.
He beat him twice. They played on
Yeah.
that match. Why did Sheamus have to get beat twice for Miz to get a title match?
Yeah, that's
One Miz being the first time, the second match Miz should be champion right now.
Yeah.
My thing is, did Damien Mizdow pin Sheamus?
Yeah. In the
Why
tag
didn't he
match,
get
in
the,
in a 6-man tag?
Oh,
match,
6-man tag match.
Yeah,
My
that's
bad.
why.
Okay, but still, he pinned him.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Well,
okay.
technically Miz.
Yeah,
because he done
technically,
six-
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
my bad.
So Miz pinned him 3 times.
Yeah.
I'm damn proud to call you my friend.
I'm damn proud.
That was so funny.
no.
And the fact that Mizdow was doing it with him, he's like
Oh my
moving his lips and doing
God.
everything with
That
him.
is
Yeah,
so
but the
hilarious.
build-up-
You're a damn good stick.
Oh
He was
my
reading his
God.
lips and doing it with him.
Yeah, but-
It's
no.
bad when Mizdow
But,
is the only good part about this match.
But
Because
he
it's
was the
standard
only-
Sheamus match.
Yeah, but as far as build up to, it's very minimal. Very what you would see like Goham said, the champion lost twice and he won the pay per view. But at the match, during the match, really no one. I can just tell you from my experience, no one cared about the match. They just want to see Damien Mizdow.
That's why I said time should have been cut.
The
from
best part was when Sheamus was doing the chest, the 10 chest hits. Mizdow tied himself to the ropes and started selling with them. He was selling every last one of them too.
Hey, the funny, Sheamus had me laughing at because Sheamus got ready to do it. He looked down and started smiling. He was like, what is he doing?
What did you say?
Oh, that was like before the match. Remember when Mizdow came out dressed as Sheamus?
Yeah.
In the tights and everything, and the fucked up hair. He looked like the animal from I don't know what those things are called.
Yeah.
That joint had me dying
Yeah.
laughing. And he started being a stunt double for Sheamus. That shit was funny.
He looked at Sheamus and then just went side.
That shit had me dying. That's so wrong there, dude.
I wonder if Mizdow has to do everything for Miz. It's just like, Maurice, I'm just not feeling tonight. Hey, Mizdow, get in here and screw my wife for me.
I wouldn't say no.
Imagine Mizdow on the outside of the bed just mimicking me.
Oh my god.
Like I said, man, Mizdow is the only reason to give a shit about the Miz.
Exactly. The
Yeah.
only reason I started watching Miz matches because of Mizdow. That's why I
same
said
here.
when they did that final 6-man tag match where they put Mizdow in the match and put Miz on commentary, I didn't watch that match.
Because normally I changed during Miz matches, but when Mizdow started getting on fire, I was like, no, I got this. But one funny part was when Sheamus did the rolling Samoan drop, and Sandow flipped, and all you could see was his foot appear above the bottom of the ring.
That shit was so goddamn funny.
But yeah, Sheamus won after a spot we see all too much. Also, Miz jumped off the top rope and got a catch finish for broke kick.
2K terms.
Strongest finisher still in wrestling.
I
It's
ain't
shot
agree.
today somebody kick out a broke kid.
Somebody has once, but that's it. One time. I can't remember who it was.
We gotta go find that.
We gotta find that video. Shit.
That shit rare.
Yeah,
Hell
it's
yeah.
real rare.
That's rarer than the Big Show
You
doing
can
a
sell that on
moonsault.
eBay, bro. Hey, I got this. out their videos. Somebody actually kicking out the bro kick.
What? Impossible.
Even got a video of Big Show doing a moonsault.
That's gold right there.
Full
son.
backflip and everything.
But yeah,
Not Vader bomb,
gold.
moonsault.
really not much to talk about the match. It was just
What happened
yes,
after
the match though.
That
Yes,
shit was
that
so
was
damn
the best part. Damien Mizdow is the whole. He made this whole feud worth just watching. It's not even the feud, just watching him. He's better than the matches. By 100% better than the
It's gonna be
matches.
a sad day when they take him from Miz.
They will soon because he's starting to get over with
He's
the
too over. They chant him at every event. Yeah,
Yeah, I know, but
they're gonna take him away from him.
back to the stuff that happened after the match. He had him lay down. and David Mizdow slid in there to lay down too. So Sheamus went over and picked up Miz's right arm. And David Mizdow lifted his up too.
Oh my god.
Then Sheamus shook his arm and David
What's funny about that? Because his eyes were closed. I'm
Yes.
like, how did you even know that was going on?
and you could tell they were probably holding back laughter too, because then he picked him up. Sheamus picked him up and did the YMCA.
The man was a damn good actor because I would have been down laughing.
Yeah, because you could tell they was holding it because Sheamus couldn't stop smiling. But then, after all that protecting the money maker, he gets kicked in it twice in the same night.
Yeah.
Which Sandow sold perfectly too, by the way. Well, what's the next match?
Rusev versus the Big Show.
Oh, unlike most of the matches on here, this actually had a really long build up.
Yeah, really.
With multiple people.
Big Show failed America.
Yeah. Yeah, Mark Henry failed America. Jack Swagger failed America.
Big E failed America.
The whole black
The
roster.
whole black community of WWE failed America. They just failed America.
Actually, I think Titus O'Neil's the only one who hasn't gotten his
Yeah,
head
he
kicked
had-
off.
He doesn't count.
But he moved down
He
in.
failed America too. He getting beat by Bunny.
Yeah, and getting beat by
But
Adrian.
yeah, the build up to this is pretty basic. Russia versus US. Even though we learned in the '60s or '70s when NBC used to show sports that the Russians aren't really that bad. But this is WWE. We have to. Yeah, they did.
USA #1. Everything bad.
No, just keep on continuing.
Oh yeah, but we have
listening.
to. Yeah, it was basic. Rusev disrespecting America. He said he was trash talk. He spoke English for once, and he said
a pretty good
basically,
talker, too.
yeah, he said basically he's gonna crush Big Show. I think he said he's gonna rip his throat out one time or something like that. He said something like that. Big Show knocked him out on SmackDown.
Big Show had pulled down the
The
Russian flag.
Yeah.
And then
Had
when
to
Rusev went to do it,
Some soldier.
a fake soldier
Yeah.
came and
Got his face kicked in.
That was
she
Oh.
got on.
I will say I said Hell in a Cell. Lana Lana looked extra good.
Boy.
Oh, yeah.
Woo!
But,
I'm saying, man, Lana, if she
Like a
puts
Russian strawberry shortcake.
man, when
God damn.
her hair is down, she is so much better looking than that.
I don't give
bun.
a damn.
But yeah, and
As
the
long as
fake
she don't go,
soldier-
nah, nah, nah. I'm not as good as Putin. I'm a super athlete.
The super athlete.
But yeah,
but still, Putin is much better.
but during all these weeks of build up, Big Show kept getting somewhat of the last laugh, and then we get to the match.
Well, they done that with the first two rivalries too.
Yeah,
Swagger
yeah.
got the last laugh. Mark Henry constantly got the last laugh.
Yeah, but we
And
get
both
to
of
the
them
match.
failed.
We get to the match.
When
It's
it mattered.
pretty slow because the Big Show, because he's slow and old. I mean, we know that now. But and Rusev, he did pretty good. The drop kick, the spinning heel kick, he kept Big Show down. He got him down for most of the match, and Big Show tried to come back. And then Mark Henry came out.
Yeah, came out there just to tease the heel turn, which he didn't
And
do.
then Big Show rolled in after that. He got immediately kicked in the face. Twice, I think. Then Rusev slapped on the accolade.
I think it was more than twice.
He kicked off. He
was
kicked
kicking the shit out of
Mark
Big
Henry.
Show.
Then he knocked Mark Henry
out
out
the apron. Yeah.
Then he
Kicked
put
the shit out of Mark Henry too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then he put the accolade on. Big Show faded out.
Yeah. The announcer fucked up and said he tapped out.
He didn't tap
never
out.
did.
And
He
then
passed out.
then of course those vodka drinking Putin lovers. Yeah, I said it because vodka is Russian.
Don't mean anything.
Those vodka drinking Putin supporters that disgraced America. They slipped out and Mark Henry checked on Big Show. You know, because they were all buddy, and then we'll talk about the next
Kind
match
of damn
after
Russian
this.
flag. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, me too.
Why is it red, white, and blue also?
Every time
Because that's the colors of freedom.
And I gotta look at it.
No, oppression and Stalin.
Well, that'd be red and
The
yellow.
next match, AJ versus Paige again for like what the fifth time.
Yeah, but there was no HLA in this one, so.
Yeah,
Damn it.
It was a pretty good match.
I can't talk too much about this one.
Yeah, not really.
Because my feet went out for a little while.
Oh
And
well.
I never went back to watch it.
His like was pausing in between, but it didn't mess up during that match. But
Yeah.
the build up was pretty much the same as it's been for the past couple of months. They were teasing sexual tension. Then Paige formed a friendship with Alicia Fox, who's already half crazy. They've had some tag matches here and there. Roll ups happened. The matches were short, and then we get to this match. We've seen it 4 times already, so we know what to expect basically. And Paige taps out immediately to a Black Widow after some time. And then...
See, that would piss me off the first time when they had Paige get out of it on her first night in.
Yeah, but now
Like-
she's tapping to it.
Yeah, but then again-
Into it immediately. It's like, why did y'all make the move look weak? Because the Black Widow
Well, the
was
first
never
time
weak.
she just slapped it on. This time she actually had a match and worked her a little
I
bit.
mean,
Then
the thing about the Black Widow, though, when you're wrapped in it, you can't get out of it.
Yeah.
Like, Paige ruined that for me because I remember when she first put it on Caitlyn, I was like, there's no way in hell you can get out this move.
Or Kate. Well, if anyone could, Caitlyn could, because she could power out of
Yeah.
it, or could have powered out of it,
And I don't
which would
even
have made
think
sense.
I'm not 100% sure on this, but I don't think they let Caitlyn ever get out of it.
Oh, once she cinched it in, no, she did get out of it a couple of times, like powering out of it
Yeah, before it was on,
before
yeah.
it was
Yeah.
completely
Didn't
cinched in.
Paige power out one in this match?
Paige, I know Paige twice got out of this hole while it was locked on.
Yeah, I know.
And that's
And
the
turned
one
into
thing
that,
they got.
Yeah, it
they
turned
got.
into that rampage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But after the match, she slapped Alicia Fox for being a bad friend.
She beat the shit out of Alicia Fox.
No, that was the
That
next
was
night.
Raw.
Yeah, next night.
I think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was next
Yeah.
night. Yeah.
That's when she
all right,
was-
now to the main event.
Seth Rollins.
We
Versus
did-
Dean Ambrose.
when we were talking about Orton and Cena, we basically covered the whole Rollins Ambrose feud there too.
Well, the build up to this match goes all the way back
Back.
to when Seth Rollins hit Dean
Yeah,
Ambrose
with
in the
the
back with a
chair.
chair. I mean, the video package before this match was awesome.
Yeah, it was.
They basically gave you a reason why these two guys hate each other this much.
Yeah,
Well, why Ambrose hate Rollins that much.
yeah, and not much. They really didn't have much like one-on-one interaction before the pay-per-view. Like a couple
I
of weeks they
had
had
one
a couple
flaw.
of fights, right? What?
The 2-on-3 street fight that happened on the Raw right before this.
Yeah.
When they had Seth and Dean basically wrestle a 1-on-1 match at the
Yeah.
beginning of it,
Yeah.
that was stupid. They should have never touched each other.
It shouldn't have been a tag style match. It's no holds
That
barred.
was another thing. Why did they have the John Cena going? He loved that tag rope, man.
Yeah, I
He
know.
might want to marry the tag rope. That's why he don't want to marry
Like,
Nikki right
yeah,
now.
there it is.
That's why he don't want to marry Nikki. There you go. Because he's in love with
Because he
the
has
tag
complete
rope.
control over that.
Yeah, and that's another example of WWE giving away too much.
Yeah.
2-on-3,
True.
and then you gave us a Hell in a Cell preview for free. Basically.
Now, when they got to that part, the match was good
Yeah.
because there was no more tagging.
Yeah, there was no, they just went in, and that's when it really got into
Yeah.
it. And I was like, yes, thank you WWE for giving us a free Hell in a Cell match. You know, like you're not trying to give away stuff like that for free. It was basically a free 5-minute Hell in a Cell match. That's basically all it
The
was.
flaw in that match is they had Orton pin on Dean.
Yeah,
Orton should have paid Cena. If anybody could take a loss right now, it's Cena.
Cena, yeah.
Because he's beating everybody.
And then he got curb stomp, which is the beginning of his face
You
turn.
can't be building up Dean Ambrose and having him lose so much.
Was this before? Did the hot dog incident happen before or after?
That was before.
That's when Dean showed. I mean, remember that was the night where
That
The
before-
Rock.
They
that
had-
before the
that was
contract
when
on
The
the
Rock-
that was
product.
the one where John Cena and Dean had to tag together, and
Yeah.
Cena was doing his usual Cena bullshit, and Dean said, "Fuck this, I'm going to Coney Island."
I just realized that's the same damn match. Dean just didn't show up.
Yeah.
It was 2-on-3 against the Authority.
Yeah, you're right. Wow. That's
They
What-
just made a street fight the last time.
And what about the contract on a pole match?
that was before.
I
was
wish
2
that-
weeks before the
Yeah,
pay-per-view.
two-
Part of me wishes that they would have not like they should have done the original plan. I had them have it at the beginning of Hell in a Cell, but when they changed it up to make Orton not seem like the shit prize and turn it into something important, then they had to do the on a pole match.
The way they did it was actually better. And the reason why I say this because, first of all, they've had John Cena talk to Dean Ambrose like this is going to be the greatest match of your life. And they built it up where it was important. And then they fucked it up two ways because they made a contract on a pole match. And then when they actually did the match, the Authority got involved for no fucking reason.
Yeah.
And Dean Ambrose just went up there and climbed and grabbed the damn thing. And
Logically speaking, the Authority should just sat back and let Cena and Ambrose just kill each other.
Yeah.
Because that would have been 2 birds, 1 stone.
Yeah.
They killed each other, then they had no match. And
It was
plus,
just
Ambrose
the whole thing
already
was
hates
stupid
Cena
to me.
already, so...
You're using logic.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but this is a cerebral assassin we're talking about. He's supposed to be like the most logical guy there.
The ass kicker.
The ass kicker. The king of kings. The cerebral assassin.
But,
the one banging the boss's daughter.
the one who made
The prince.
The only person who made this match matter, seemed like it mattered a whole lot, was Mick Foley. When he appeared on the Raw before. When he came and gave that pep talk, that was what... He's the only one who made the match seem... in perspective, like it was huge.
And let's talk about one thing, because what happened before that was just horrible. It was funny what Dean Ambrose was doing with the damn dog, but that just was stupid.
Yeah,
Why
even
did
though
he
that power drive
dragged?
was funny.
It dragged.
Yeah, Dean Ambrose had no business being in nothing like that.
Even though that power drive.
If he was going to do the whole doll thing, if any of y'all seen the movie The Princess Bride? Oh.
I watch crap.
Okay, Princess Bride is actually a damn good movie. But anyway, there's one scene where the main hero takes down the bad guy and just this one speech is like, oh, let me guess, this is a fight to the death. No, to the pain. And in the whole speech, he went into precise and excruciating detail of what he's going to do to him. That's what Dean should have did. Dean should have just said, first, I'm going to rip out your eyes. Or first, I want to rip off your nose. Then I want to rip off one of your ears. Then I'm going to gouge out your eyes. Then I'm going to rip something, and I'm going to rip your arm off. No, actually, I'll let you keep an eye so that you can look in the mirror every day and see, my God, what is that thing? Or I'll let you keep your ears and your tongue, and he just goes in just excruciating detail what he's going to do to him.
Yeah.
But no, we had that awkward thing with the doll.
Yeah.
Which, if he would have done a to the pain speech, it would have kept Ambrose being the lunatic he is. It would have it still showed how angry and passionate he is. But no, we got the awkward doll comedy.
I don't know. I sort of like that segment because it made him look sort of unpredictable.
Mm.
Yeah, but
That's what a sociopath is. You predict this shit. It's like oh well, no. You know,
Yeah.
it's like it's you don't want it exactly to the point at times, but sometimes you gotta be random. You got to be random.
It veered a little cartoony.
It did because
That's the problem I had with it.
I
Like,
guess
that's what I said. Like
that accord, I guess
Because they're making Dean look cartoonish and stupid when Dean is... That's not how he's supposed to be. That's not how he has been.
Still.
And they just went a whole like... Dean Ambrose done turned into comedy because Dean Ambrose do the funniest shit on the show. I never looked at Dean Ambrose as a comedy dude.
It's funny because it's so off the wall and you don't expect it.
I know what he was trying to do. He was paying homage to Mick Foley, but see, Mick Foley defeated the champ. Okay, he was in TNA and he defeated the champ. Dean Ambrose just beat some Seth Rollins dummy. No, you got to show me that you can be the cardboard cutout of the greatest boxer of all time, Rocky Balboa. Then I'll believe what you're gonna do to Seth Rollins.
All right, let's go to the match.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
Let's go to the match.
Well, the match, first of all, they combined it to form a Hell in a Cell match with Mick Foley and the Shawn Michaels Taker match, which is all I seen was the Shawn Michaels Taker match.
Especially that cell spot
Like,
outside.
it got really good to me when they finally got inside.
Yeah, when they started wrestling.
When they got inside, all the other stuff I felt was not needed.
Yeah, the table thing.
I thought it was hilarious.
Yeah, it was.
It
funny,
was
but
funny.
kinda...
What was funnier to me was watching them clear both tables before they fell out. Because I stopped looking at them because they showed one dude take something from under the table. Once he did that,
that was
looked
a
over
monitor.
there.
They took.
Once he did that, I'm talking about they took something from under there. It wasn't a monitor.
Yeah, you sure you can't pull the monitor from under it?
Well, they probably can, but he didn't pull a monitor out. He pulled something slim.
Oh.
Because this was before they started taking them on. I seen all that.
Oh.
But what I'm saying is, once they showed that dude take the first thing, I stopped looking at the cell, and I'm just watching them clear the table. And when I seen that, and then I looked at the cell again, I'm like, they finna do the Shawn Michaels spot.
Yeah.
And then they did that horrible because they
like
both just let go. That's all they did. They did this.
Trust fall.
That's all they did. They didn't time it right, because when Dean threw Seth's head in there, Seth should have let go then.
Yeah, Seth should just bounce his head, looked like he bounced his head and then did.
But what he did, he took it, looked back to see where the table was, so he'll land on it.
In fairness, though, I mean...
Yeah, you don't want a
margin of error.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I understand that, but that's one of the points I be saying. Why do the spot?
But the funniest part, he came in there at the beginning of the match. He throws, 9 chairs in the ring?
Yeah, that man is a sociopath.
But yeah, when they got into the ring, though, that's when it started getting good.
It was funny, like what you were just saying about when he threw out a chair. He go outside, look at everybody say, "Oh, we're both going to hell," and start climbing the stairs.
But it was...
Then Seth come out that power walker like, "No, get down here." This is not happening.
Yeah, and Jamie Noble took a bump. Yeah. And then it was more back and forth than Cena Orton. I'll give you that much. And a lot of weapons, a lot of chairs, not many weapons, just a whole lot of chairs, which I was appreciative of.
A lot of tables.
A lot of tables.
Yeah.
And that one where he did his power bomb, except he threw him through the table into the cell. That was pretty good.
Yeah.
Table didn't break right, but it was still.
Yeah. The one where they had the table laid between the cell and the middle of the ring, and what did Ambrose suplex him out there onto it or what?
Nah, Ambrose. I don't know how he got on the table. I don't even remember seeing that part. I just remember Ambrose going to the top rope and dropping the elbow on him.
Yeah, that's it. That's what happened. Yeah.
I swear, every time I see this kind of spots with Rollins, I swear to God, Rollins is gonna get hurt seriously one day. Because there are a few times, as a Shield, I thought, man, Rollins is definitely gonna get hurt from that one.
Yeah, he oversells a lot of shit.
Let me tell you another stupid part to me.
What's up?
When they were stretching them out. Okay,
Yeah.
Rollins went out first. You got all the EMTs and everything.
Well, yeah, because he's probably the authority. They probably said, make sure Seth gets first, damn it.
Then Dean Ambrose came, and they carrying off Dean Ambrose. Dean Ambrose start strapping himself. He get off. He go jump Seth Rollins. The entire EMTs, everybody is gone. What kind of sense did that make? Nobody is trying to stop this man, and then he throws him in the cage, and he starts the match. He just fell off the side. Rollins did not show at one point that he was able to go. Not one time.
I think I heard him one time say, "I can't breathe." No, seriously, he said that. I can't breathe.
That was stupid to me because no shade, logic wise, Seth Rollins shouldn't have been in that match because Dean got up. Dean went and jumped Rollins while he was on there, and Dean threw him in the cell, and they started the match. Did nobody think one time that Seth Rollins is in no shape to have this match? When nobody tried to stop Dean, Dean showed he could go because he got up and ran over them.
Yeah.
Which is another reason they shouldn't have had the fight because Dean didn't sell it. Seth Rollins sold him falling off that cage the entire match. Dean didn't sell it.
And when he leaped, he took out that EMT work.
Oh my God, that was so funny.
But so funny. Kane was involved in the match, but not in the way
that was stupid.
Not in the way he should have been. A fire extinguisher, that's it.
No, Kane shouldn't have been involved in the match at all.
Now remember when we were watching it, we were like, man, Kane doesn't show up.
That was so
Who said it?
That was you.
You just had to say something.
I was expecting him to show up and get in the cage so he could get his ass beat too, but all he did was the fire extinguisher, and that's it. What was the point of bringing him out?
To me, it was funny.
It was funny, but what was the point?
I thought it was rather ironic that Kane used a fire extinguisher.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what would have been funny instead? You remember
I watched 2 videos of them talking about him and say everybody say that same thing. It's just so ironic if he can't use the fire.
You know the old flash paper fireballs that you used to use back in the day?
Yeah.
I would have loved it though. Corporate Kane made that his signature, item since he's the fire and everything else. Like going little fireball. But I think it was because Hogan singed his eyebrows one time and they stopped doing that. But
I guess we can skip
and James Mitchell almost blew off his hand.
To the end of the match. Seth was about to get curb stomped on two.
That's why I felt so stupid because I actually thought that Dean was gonna stomp this man's head through the center.
Yeah,
I don't know what the hell. I don't know what the hell I was thinking. I think I just wanted to see it.
He was about to curb stomp through two of them bricks, and you know two of them Benoit bricks. You know the ones that hit him in the back of the head. Yeah, them edge bricks. But and then the lights go off.
I didn't know what to expect here. I didn't know what was going on until the chant.
Lantern came. Yeah, when the chant started, I immediately said that's Bray Wyatt.
Yeah, once the chant started.
Then that lantern with the shape came
and
up.
The hologram.
Yeah, with the hologram came up. And
I was hoping that it would be Harper or Rowan. Something new for them.
Yeah, but I'm excited about it. But anyway, he comes out from the bottom of the ring, I'm assuming.
Yeah, he was hiding under the ring the entire goddamn time.
He comes in, stares Dean Ambrose down. Ambrose is looking at him in shock. He urinages him. Then he waits till he comes to while he's in that crab walk position. He stares at him, gets up, hits him with the Sister Abigail, and just moves off to the side while Seth Rollins recovers, pins him, and that's how the match
Even
ends.
Seth was like, "Oh shit!"
Seth was like, "What is he about to do?"
Don't kill me.
Then after everything calmed down, everybody left. Bray Wyatt gave him another Sister Abigail to end the show with that little thing, that little graphic. But I like
his new one.
Yeah, I like this feud because I'm looking like Good Mike Work said and like Mick Foley said, which is what I said. I can't wait to hear the promos.
Think of the promos.
This is gonna be great.
I just hope Bray does more than his usual ramble, because sometimes his promos do ramble.
I still want to know.
We got all the ramble.
Yeah, I still want to know if Dean is running though, because he told him to run. I want to know how many.
I love the photoshops with the hologram. Like, of course, you had someone did like one of Zordon, one did a Chris Benoit. I mean, he who shall not be named.
But before we get to Raw, after what's your ratings? Mine is like a 6.5.
I'd say it's about 7 or 8, really.
I'm looking at 7 as well.
Because it was a very good show from top to bottom. There was only like a few minor gripes. There was no bullshit things except for Cesaro Dolph, but
and thank God no roll-ups.
But then again, the only reason I say it's bullshit is because Cesaro deserves so much better.
Yeah.
But that's the only major gripe about the pay-per-view.
I'll give it a 6.35 because I want to be weird. But let's go to Raw.
Yeah, Raw.
What is it called? The show after Hayek.
Yeah, it starts off with another promo like most Raws do, and Randy Orton comes out there fuming. Steven, like he said, he's like, I told you, if you wouldn't do anything about it, do anything about Seth Rollins, I would take him out.
And that dude had me down like that part. He was pissed. That dude was living.
And then
I like the way he put over his finisher.
Yeah, then he dropped the mic and he went after him, and they broke him up. And Triple H was like, "No, we're not having this tonight. No, we're not having this tonight."
They're my favorite moment.
Then he tried to talk him, and then Randy Orton was like, "Man, fuck that shit. Get out of here."
Shoved them.
RKO.
Did y'all see how Seth Rollins sold that arcade? It was so fucking funny. I watched that probably 6 or 7 times before I watched the rest
that
of
shit was so funny.
Seth Rollins had me rolling the way he took that RKO.
I like the way how Randy just slid out.
He was like a dummy. Like the way he armed more than everything.
I cannot believe it. Somebody actually outsold Dolph.
And then Triple H, all he could do was look in the crowd with a blank stare.
Yeah, he was pissed.
He's like, well, that just happened.
And so he gave Randy Orton the rest of the night off. Then after that, Mark Henry and Big Show faced Goldust and Cody for the tag titles because
how did they earn that?
Because they have no other teams because the Vince McMahon. Okay, and then Big Show he slapped him on the back to tag him. He was a little excited. That's my excuse for it. He was a little excited, hit him too hard. He got in the match. Then later on in the match, Mark Henry was staggered in the back. He staggered to the corner. Big Show did a normal type tag. Mark Henry was a little pissed. He got out. Big Show started doing comeback moves. And then next thing you know, he's about to punch. He knocked out Goldust.
He knocked him out.
He knocked out Goldust with the Devil MD. Mark Henry comes in and says, "Hey man, I was in." And Big Show was telling him stuff we couldn't hear, but he was like, "Man, I was in." So he just grabbed him out of nowhere, hit him with a World Star Slam.
I'm telling you, man, that Mark Henry heel turn, I think even Stevie Wonder could have saw coming.
Man, first of all, they finally turned him heel.
Yeah.
They turned him heel for the stupidest reason because
Yeah,
Big Show
'cause he
tagged him too hard.
Yeah, I know this so
Like after months of building this thing up, that we all seen a mile. I seen this heel turn coming when Big Show told Mark Henry that he gave him the singlet and all that stuff to go beat Rusev. I mean, when they first initially did the stuff going toward Rusev, when Mark Henry said, "I gotta do this for my country," I seen that heel turn coming in.
Yeah, then when Big Show told him, "I'm gonna win it for you," he kind of gave him a look.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I saw that, but he dragged Goldust over for the pin, and even the ref was like, "What the hell is that?" And even the ref said that.
What the hell is that? He count one, two, three. That dude shook his head and walked out the ring.
And Mark Henry was like, "Don't you ever slap me."
And then he gave him three
He
more.
gave three of them.
He gave him three more shoulder slams.
And then he gave a slap.
And he said, "That's what I do." That shit was
He
so
was
damn funny.
"I got a lot more left."
That shit was so damn funny.
Man.
That what pissed me off about main event because they advertised that Mark Henry was gonna be on main event to talk about the heel turn and everything.
Uh-huh.
What would happen was the Usos showed up on main event. Mark Henry was not on main event.
That's a heel move right there.
I wanted to hear what Mark Henry was gonna say. I was waiting for one of the classic Mark Henry promos.
They said during a little backstage interview. I don't think we saw. They showed it. I think it was on the app.
Or YouTube.
Or he talked to whatchamacallit. It wasn't. He talked to
Tom
boy. No, not Tom Phillips.
Byron
Saxton,
Saxton.
I think. Yeah, he talked
Ryan
to Saxton,
Gumble?
and he was like, "Big Show's always been jealous of me," and I was like, "That's the reason you turned on him. That's it." All right, but anyway, what I had in my head the next thing that happened.
That was a 3-hour show.
Yeah, no, but what was after that?
Was it the Nikki Bella stuff? Was that name? I don't remember.
I can't remember. I had in my head what happened after Mark Henry.
No, didn't John Cena come out?
John Cena, did he? Yeah, I think he did. Yeah, to start off.
Cause I remember Stephanie McMahon came back out there, and I was like, wasn't you just out there?
Yeah,
So
this
it probably was.
They were trying to do the typical Cena.
Yeah, join us.
No, he's like turn heel Cena speech. Like this is like the third time this year they've tried to have someone try to turn Cena.
I like Stephanie gave him the best reason though.
Yeah, he was like, you could either get beat up by Brock Lesnar again, or we could guarantee you win.
I'm gonna put it
You're
on the
not
chat. I
getting
was
any
like,
younger.
that's why John Cena is so different from me, because I would have took that deal in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
I would have beat the one
But
in 21 and 1.
he did.
Even
but,
if Kane had to use a fighting sticker show or whatever.
But he did his usual promo, say he doesn't do it for them.
Yeah.
He
I do
does
it for the
fans,
people. I do it for these people that half of them boo me every night.
which Stephanie brought
Hey,
up.
Triple H came out there and said the smartest thing ever. I told you weren't gonna do it.
Yeah, he's like,
I told you were wasting your time.
See, I love Triple H when he's all self-aware and shit like that. Like, when he gets, like I said, when he's all self-aware about shit like that. Like, self-aware Triple H is hilarious.
Then I turned to the football game, lost time. They had a Divas match. Paige apparently lost.
Yeah, Paige turned on her friend.
Let's go back a little bit, because I want to talk about Triple H stuff, because it led to one of the things I want to talk about, the whole Survivor Series thing now.
Oh, yeah.
Which was obvious John Cena was going after Dolph Ziggler. I was like, I seen that a mile away, because Dolph Ziggler, the way I thought about it was, who else has feuded with the Authority in some type of way? And it was Dolph Ziggler. All them times he got beat up by Seth Rollins.
Yeah.
So I was like, he's going to Seth Rollins. I mean, once I typed it in the group, they went to the next scene, showed him talking to him. Like, damn, y'all waste no time, don't you?
But that team name, like, is kind of funny. Team Authority.
Team Authority.
Like, when I knew Brock Lesnar was, like, when they said Brock Lesnar would come back in December, I was like, okay, the smart thing to do was build Survivor Series around the fucking Survivor Series match. Which is what they're going to do.
Yeah, what are they going to do?
Because now for the next 4 weeks, they're actually going to build the team thing. They haven't done that in years.
in years. Because they normally just throw them together.
They throw them together,
That always sucks.
Or unless you got something convenient like the Nexus
And
or
it's
Core
even
or
the
something.
story. The story is Cena got to get his team to fight against the Authority, because like JBL was saying all night, who would be stupid enough to go against the Authority?
I'm calling it. Team Cena's going to have Dolph, the Usos, and
Orton?
probably Orton.
We going to the Diva match.
Yeah.
This was the funniest thing to me. Paige, first of all, Paige is awesome with her new character. And she on commentary, I'm listening to her and everything. I'm getting into it. Then she get on commentary and trips up Alicia Fox and say, win! Win! I'm like, what are you doing? She was winning.
And then she got rolled up, I read.
Yep, that roll up, that always happens.
roll
Like,
up
how
again.
many times has AJ beaten Alicia Fox with a roll up now?
And then after that, Paige beat her ass some more and said, "You're a horrible friend. I hate you." And then Jerry Lawler covered her, and I liked Alicia Fox's outfit. That's just a side note, though. All right,
Yeah.
Ryback returned because Bo Dallas issued the open challenge because he Bo leave. Then Ryback came back. It's the face Ryback that he should have always been.
Oh man, the reaction!
Yes,
Ryback
he got a
got-
great reaction.
It was almost like the last year or two never happened.
Yeah.
It was.
And he was both because it wasn't like the first Ryback who was just destroying and had that spaced out look. He actually had his personality still.
Yeah.
Like he was doing all the head moving and
Yeah,
talking,
and
but he was still doing his same
Feed
the
me
old
more.
the
Yeah.
Feed Me More stuff.
Yeah.
And like he mixed both. And that's
Yeah.
what they should have been did. Because
Yeah.
Ryback promos are not bad.
Yeah, and then he squashed Bray Wyatt. I mean, Bo Dallas. Then
Yeah.
then
Bo
Bo Washington.
There you go. There you go.
Because he done was they were associated with that shit when he both.
Oh my god.
But he let the crowd feed me more chance, and they all chanting with him.
Yeah.
Then Ambrose beat up Cesaro with a mic, which shouldn't happen.
Wait, what?
Yeah, because it was supposed to be a match.
He
but
beat him in the ring with a mic all the way up
all the way
ramp.
to the ramp.
All the way up the ramp.
Yeah.
Constantly just beating the shit out of that man with a mic. And
Yeah.
I was like, what the hell are y'all
Because
doing
it was
to Cesaro?
because he delivered a promo before the match talking about Bray Wyatt. Then Cesaro came out to have a match, and then he beat the shit out with a mic, and that shouldn't happen to Cesaro.
Yeah.
They should be treating him better than that. He shouldn't be getting beat up with mics. Okay, Ziggler and Kane.
I'll say this about Cesaro. He went from winning that Andre Royale in March, and I thought, okay, they are doing things with him. Then he became a Paul Heyman guy, and I'm like, okay, then maybe we might get a Paul Heyman guy. He might become Brock. He might have a match against Brock. Because
Yeah.
Cesaro Brock would be kind of awesome because Brock being, the beast incarnate, and then
That's the
Cesaro
only
being.
reason I didn't care about the Cesaro Heyman pairing because I thought it was leading to the match with Brock. Because Cesaro should have never went heel. Like after he left Zeldum, he should have went straight face and rolled that momentum out. They put him with Heyman, they kept him here, and I was like, okay, as long as it lead to Brock and that face turn, I had no problem with it. Guess how they broke up? Cesaro come on the show one day and say, I am no longer a Paul Heyman guy. Like,
Right.
that's how that ended. I was like, oh my god, they really
And then-
just don't know what the fuck they doing.
Then Kane, I'm skipping major things, but no, I'm not, because nothing. These are just
Yeah.
major talking points. Kane and Ziggler have a good match, mostly because of Ziggler selling.
And it rolls up.
Ziggler rolls him up, which is stupid. Then Seth Rollins
Hey,
attacks
at least Ziggler
Yeah.
almost won.
him. Yeah, at least he was. But then Rollins runs down the ramp, attacks him from behind. They go in the ring.
Ziggler
I
did
won
win.
sometime.
Oh, you did? Oh, good. We went to rush this as fast. Man.
And that was the smartest decision WWE could have ever made. You got to make Ziggler important to be on Cena's team.
Yeah.
Have him beat Kane clean. I'm
Yeah.
tired of Ziggler losing. Change
Well,
that formula.
At least he won though, even if it was rolled up.
Or
And
if Ziggler's gonna lose competitively and not like a bitch.
Yeah.
you straight.
Yeah, I'm good, man.
That's my biggest gripe about WWE. If you're gonna have people lose constantly, like Cesaro does lose a lot, but most of the time, except for that ass whooping where he got done totally greasy that night.
Yeah.
They did be greasy.
But majority of the time, Cesaro always loses in very competitive matches.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like-
Even to Cena.
Yeah, even to Cena, which, I mean, for someone in Cesaro's card placement, losing competitively to Cena is the best you're going to get.
He beat Orton clean.
Yeah, he did.
That was saying. That was on that wave of momentum he was riding out. That's why I did not like when WrestleMania came along. They had the real Americans in a throwaway fatal four-way match. He wasn't even on the main card, but then he ended up getting on the main card by getting in that battle royal and winning it.
Yeah, and
That
then
was a last-minute decision. Like WWE did something smart. Cesaro's over. Let's give him something big.
and then you think Vince McMahon would capitalize on him body slamming Big Show out to win the match.
Yeah,
They didn't do none of
they
that.
ain't do shit. It's like it's just confusing.
And if you look at Cesaro, he should be Vince McMahon's wet dream.
Yeah,
He's got the look, he's got the ring ability, he got the charisma. What more can you fucking want? And he speaks like 4 languages. So, I mean, what more do you want from a guy?
I'm so confused the way they handle Cesaro ever since he came in the door. Cesaro should be main event status right now.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, easily. He should be one of the top 3 or 4 guys in the company.
I mean,
Change that goddamn theme too. That theme is terrible. I mean, the first time I heard it, I heard the sirens, and I'm sorry, but every time I hear sirens, I think Steiner. Even this day, I know that's different kind of sirens, but I hear sirens, I'm like, oh my God, Steiner. No, it's Cesaro.
I actually like Cesaro's sirens because it's the sirens that make when a storm or something coming.
I thought it was the European style sirens.
Yeah, but then again, when he had to swing and stuff. Oh yeah, and he did swing Dolph. That was awesome.
He swung him 10 times. That was good.
Shocking.
Yeah,
I know, right? Maybe I guess Cesaro's moveset is just only appears on pay-per-view or the game. Actually, no. The only way you're gonna see all of Cesaro's moveset is you play the games.
Or when Daniel Bryan comes
Did we
back.
talk about Bray?
Yeah, but I had to rush through it. But we can go back and discuss it. I have problems with time.
I
mean, White.
Okay. Because the thing about Bray is because Hell in a Cell ended with Bray Wyatt
On standing tall.
interfering in this match, basically starting a new feud, and it was basically a big deal because we ain't seen Bray in a while.
Yeah.
The explanation sucked. Like, mainly because you can't make out what Bray be saying anyway.
No.
You're evil, I'm eviler. That's pretty much what it said.
He said they're a lot alike, and like, you did not explain why you did what you did.
Yeah, I know.
If you think about it, Bray's always been rather cryptic with everything he's done.
But think about it, the earlier ones, I knew what he was talking about. Like, they was cryptic, but like you can figure out the gist of what he's saying.
Yeah.
I did not understand what the hell he was talking about.
Sometimes I think I'm crazy every time
I bet you Dean Ambrose, his head got to be spinning right now. I mean, it already is, but after hearing that, you don't know what to think.
Dean Ambrose probably crazy. He probably just translated it anyway. He's like, oh, I got you. Me, you, Survivor Series.
Bitch.
We're going to throw this bitch down.
That was the reason I said why Dean and Bray can't be in the Survivor Series match, because first of all, you got to fill up the card.
Yeah.
And that's a what they call a key match.
Yeah.
A key match for the
Well,
card.
with Survivor Series, what filling up the card used to mean is they had like 6 matches because they had 2 traditional tag matches. And they were both really long. They don't do that no more.
Well, there are also traditional elimination tag time matches.
It used to be a regular one and a Diva one.
Yeah.
Or it was a SmackDown and a Raw one.
I can't wait to see the Diva one as long as it doesn't include.
You can't have Divas versus Total Divas because the Total Divas makes up the majority of the Divas.
I know, right?
So unless they're gonna make it NXT, AJ and NXT Divas versus the Divas, Total Divas. That's the only way we're gonna do it.
Team Musa versus Team
AJ versus Team I don't know.
Team Dust.
Team Natty.
Now they can go about the Diva one 2 ways. They can do Team Breed versus Team Nikki or Team AJ versus Team Paige. Which would be weird to do Team AJ versus Team Paige because neither one of them can keep friends. So how would they even put a team together?
The only way Team Paige and Team AJ work is kind of like when they were doing.
And you know what? That is a great idea. That's a great idea where they could go with that. They should do Team AJ versus Team Paige, and we watch these 2 women actually try to put a team together. That would be the story.
And then it'd be hilarious. Then it just turns into AJ versus Paige.
Yeah, that would be fun. They just drop off the apron. Y'all fight each other.
There's no team. I was gonna say the only time the Team Paige, Team AJ thing are working is remember when they were trying to do Team Cena versus Team Rock when they were doing their matches, and that'd be the only way you could do Team Paige. Like, oh, all the fans would be like, "We're Team Paige," and the other would be like, "We're Team AJ."
Or it'd be like Team Sane Bitch versus Team Crazy Bitch.
Or Team, I'll take them both. I'm hardcore, and then that'd probably be like 90% of the guys in the audience be like, "I'll take them both." Even though they're both crazy.
But they'd probably die.
Oh, and speaking of Team Crazy, WWE and CM Punk, they reached an agreement.
Yep.
What?
Yeah, they signed a new contract over
merchandise?
merchandise and the game royalties and all that shit. But CM Punk does not have a new talent contract, but he's got they can sell his shit again.
Cool.
Yeah.
So that legal thing is dispute's over.
Thank God.
Jeez.
Yeah,
I
and
bet
also
Vince is tired.
the other good thing about Monday with AJ, I think Monday was the first time in a long time that AJ didn't get CM Punk chance.
Actually, she didn't get him at the pay-per-view either.
Yeah. So maybe the fans are just now starting to shut the fuck up about CM Punk, or maybe even they're getting tired of doing
The
it.
kid with the dragon tattoo.
You know.
That
The
guy.
kid with the Pepsi tattoos.
I think it really
He does have a dragon tattoo.
indicates that Paige is getting so over. I think they are so distracted about the crazy shit Paige
Must be
do.
expensive.
They don't have time to chant CM Punk.
Yeah. But
I'm kind of glad because I was getting tired of AJ. Like, it just seems like I thought at first it was like, okay, they're supporting CM Punk by proxy with AJ, kind of like with Daniel Bryan, like with Bree co-signing the Yes chants. But after a while, I just thought, okay, these fans are just assholes.
But
Bree, hey, let me say one thing. Bree just proved how stupid the fans are with the whole Yes movement in the first place. Because the whole crowd be going, yes, 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 for Bree fucking Bella.
I know, because they'll never forget Daniel Bryan. But we might as well touch on the main event too, before we go too off topic.
Okay.
John Cena and Rollins throwing a hell of a match. Like they got over 20 minutes, which is what Cesaro and Ziggler got. But anyway, I digress.
DDT, man.
Oh yeah, that DDT.
I'm just this is what confused me.
What?
Seth Rollins came out at the beginning of the night and said, I'm moving on to John Cena. I'm thinking, why?
Yeah, no.
You want to get buried?
Why the fuck do you want to face Cena? I do like how I do like, and I agree with what Triple H said that, well, I think Rollins said it first day. He's the new standard bearer. Because that's a fact.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Seth Rollins is like, he stands out more than even Dean Ambrose match-wise.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
Because he do more on offense and he sells like a motherfucker.
See, that was why I thought Rollins would be a better face. Like, that's what, like, in the long run, that's why Rollins is a better face than a heel.
Rollins always been like the golden boy, really, even from NXT, because Triple H was the one who made Rollins the first NXT champion. They like Rollins been protecting his whole career in WWE the whole time.
Heck, even in FCW, he was FCW champion.
Yeah.
And, like, yeah, because Rollins has a good selling ability. He's got a really dynamic moveset. Everything else. The only weakness he has is just his the weakest on the mic. That's his only weakness.
Yeah, but he kind of fixed that to me.
Well,
Yeah.
Now, let me say, all right, back to the match though. This is one problem I'm always have with John Cena. Let's go to the match. John Cena came out. He ran to the ring. Like, he did not wrestle in the Hell in the Cell.
Yeah.
And Seth Rollins came out there limping and had bandages taped up.
Mm-hmm.
Like, John Cena, he no sell everything. Like,
Yes.
it's just like, because it pissed me off with the Brock Lesnar thing. I mean, Brock Lesnar beat the shit out of him. He come back 2 weeks later, ain't nothing wrong with him.
Yeah, I wonder if he can survive a
They
power
just had Hell in the Cell. They just had Hell in the Cell.
Probably.
With Randy Orton, they made it this big match. He had the longest one, and he's no sell to Hell in the Cell. Seth Rollins out there, he's selling the Hell in the Cell and still putting on the match.
Power Cena.
Like,
Power Cena.
That man has an adamantium, or whatever the hell that shit's called.
But who interfered to end the match? Which didn't make
Kane.
any sense. Yeah, it didn't make any sense.
that match went exactly
He
how
saw
it
his
had
big
to go.
gut just.
See, when it comes to
Rolling
Kane,
down.
I don't know what. You know that meme of Kane that says, "That's a nice match you're having." It'd be a shame for somewhere to interfere. And it shows like a close up of him interfere.
But then Ziggler came out and helped Cena, which is, like I said, a surprise that Cena even helped Ziggler. This is
Yeah,
surprise.
yeah.
Because we know his steez. And he came out there, he helped out, then the whole locker room just drained into there. And they,
I got
like,
confused because the first people out there was the Gold and Stardust.
yeah, and they
And the
went,
first thing they did was jump Ziggler.
yeah, because they were the heels.
Yeah.
Because I could tell it was a dynamic of who's supporting who the authority has in their back pocket and who isn't taking that shit.
Which is ironic because remember the authority fired Cody.
And then the way they had the camera angle looking at the fight, I thought Orton was gonna sneak up from behind and RKO Seth on the stage
Again.
and run.
I would have been done.
Yeah, that would have been too fun. But that's how the show ended though. And Raw was decent.
It was better than the last couple of weeks.
Yeah.
But then again, that's not saying much.
Anything else?
Anybody?
No.
Y'all done?
Yeah.
All right, that was Real Wrestling episode 26. Hopefully you enjoyed. Peace, and we'll see y'all next time.
Hopefully everybody will be here.
Yeah.
Why would I ever question whether he was successful? Murder rapper, you dirty rapper, eating a cesspool. I have 100 motherfuckers that's eager to check you, and a bunch of Sicilianos that's eager to get you. I never felt any remorse, never see me regretful. The 9 circles of hell is for the demon essential. I feel like Pac when he see through the threshold. I'm Bray Wyatt, dummy, you ain't too eager to wrestle.